Hey scholars, so this video is to help you with your May 12th assignment, and for the rest of the week we're going to be talking about this famous guy, this explorer, Ibn or Ibn, depending on who you ask, Battuta. So scholars, the development of Afro-Eurasian trade unlocked many new opportunities to the world. One such opportunity was simply exploring new places and learning about new cultures. One Islamic explorer, Ibn Battuta, was inspired to travel during the medieval times. Initially, he just wanted to travel to Mecca for a pilgrimage, but he decided to explore further and spent most of his life away from his family. The rest of the week, we will be analyzing his travels by looking at different cities he visited and the experiences that he had at each city. So this guy, Ibn, whatever you want to say, again, you got to open this document and you got to click open a new window. So this guy, when he was 21 years old, decides, I'm going to go on a journey to Mecca. But he was inspired to go a little bit further, and trade allowed him to do that because remember from yesterday, all those different trade routes kind of like were linked together, and he could stop and resupply along the way. So Ibn actually ended up spending 24 years of his life just exploring new places, learning new cultures, meeting new people. And what we're going to look at the rest of the week is we're going to look at 2 cities that he visited per day and do a task related to those 2 cities that he visited. Today, you're reading about 2 cities he visited, and you're just answering the questions related to it. So very similar to the assignment from yesterday. So scholars, yesterday we learned how trade opened up new parts of the world and created new opportunities in the forms of resources and jobs. Another opportunity also was unlocked with the development of new trade routes as well, exploration. Exploration is when a person travels to different places around the world in search of something, whether that be goods, new experiences, new lands, new cultures, things like that. The Afro-Eurasian trade system made exploration more possible because an explorer could stop at different cities along the way to rest or resupply as needed. One very famous explorer that traveled during the medieval times was Ibn Battuta. Battuta was an Islamic pilgrim who originally left his friends and family to go on a religious pilgrimage. He wanted to go to Mecca like they do during the Hajj. As he went on, he faced some troubles. Okay, so he originally left to go on a religious pilgrimage, but as I said, he stayed a lot longer than that. He explored new places of the world. As he went on, he faced some troubles, met some new people, and learned about many new cities along the way. We're going to be looking at his travels through different cities he visited and what he experienced while there. So if you look at the map here of Ibn's travels, you can see that he traveled all the way, if you go from west to east, he traveled all the way from Africa up into Europe, kind of like almost into Europe, and then he stayed in Africa, traveled all the border of Africa, around here, through Europe. Like, he traveled all different parts. He went down to the southern part of Africa, all the way over here to Asia and China, and he was allowed to do that because there were trade routes that helped him along the way. So what you're going to do is, today you're reading about destination number 1, where he leaves his home in Algiers, and he goes to Tunis, and then you're going to read about what happens while he is at Tunis. Here are the questions you're answering. Number 1, what is one difficulty that Ibn Battuta faced while on his journey, and how did he respond to it? Number 2, what did the governor of Constantine give Ibn, and why? That's number 2. Number 3, why is Ibn upset when he first reaches Tunis, and what happens as a result? And number 4, provide one piece of evidence and reasoning to support the following claim. Ibn Battuta was a trustworthy person. So you find one piece of evidence and reasoning from this to support that. Again, I'm going to answer one as a model and as a reward for you watching this video and being engaged. I'm going to answer question number 2. What did the governor of Constantine give Ibn, and why? So while Ibn's traveling, he runs into a lot of issues. I'm just going to give a little bit of background. He runs into some personal issues you're going to read about. He also runs into some environmental issues. And a lot of this happened when he approached Constantine, that city of Constantine. What happened was it was downpouring. It was raining on him, and his clothes were soaked. So the governor of Constantine gave Ibn new clothes and food because he seemed like he was being harmed by the environment and was sick. So if you read, you'll learn about that. Like, he looked like he was sick, so he ended up getting some clothes and food to help him rest because it was raining during that time. So the governor of Constantine kind of like saw Ibn on his travels and was like, wow, like this this guy's really got it rough. I should bring him in here. I should help him out a little bit. So he did that. He helped him a little bit and sent him on his way. Not he didn't even kick him out. Like, eventually just Ibn was like, all right, well, thank you for your help, and I'm on my way, and he left. So again, you have 3 questions to answer now. Make sure you're answering incomplete sentences. And when you're done, again, you go back here and you press that turn in button. If you need help, make sure you're joining those Google Meets at 10:30, or you're reaching out to Mr. Woods or I for extra help. Good luck, guys, and I hope you enjoy learning about Ibn.